What's going on, Fortnite fam? This weekend's competitive action was out of this world. Even Jynxi getting involved to watch it all play out. We had Cold and Rapid go toe-to-toe with Peterbot and Pollo for first place in Central. On NA West, we had a team continue to dominate that #1 spot. And when it comes to the Reload Elite Series, every region has locked in their top 80, and the unofficial heats are here. I say unofficial because Fortnite has to announce them themselves. And then a huge Jynxi 100 streamer event has been announced. There's lots to talk about, so let's get right into the mix. First up, let's talk about the massive news of Jynxi taking part watching with Antics not 1, but 2 days in a row. He got to see an incredible ending for NA Central and the Reload Elite Series, and then announced his 100 streamer tournament on July 5th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 33 pros, 66 creators. This will be trios, and he's working with Ozzy to do their best to balance out a lot of these teams. It will be in Fortnite OG though, so do expect some of these games, or most of them, to go down to heal-offs. But again, can you imagine the possibilities of collaborations? Peterbot, Jynxi, and then another creator. You might have Clicks, Lacey, and Ron reunite. So there's just so many interesting things. Let me know in the comments below what trios you would love to see partner up. 1 pro player, 2 content creators, and it could be anybody out there, because lately Jynxi has been throwing some great tournaments involving some of the biggest creators in the streaming universe and IRL as well. And so I'm interested to see how this one plays out. Again, let me know in the comments below what you think of Jynxi's tournament. And he also mentioned, as we move into the pro-am, that he has yet to get invited, but if he does get an invite, he is instantly there. So Fortnite already announced the pro-am is going to be regional based. You got Lacey leaking that he's a part of it, which forces Clicks to leak that he's a part of it. So already, when it comes to Fortnite competitive and just Fortnite in general, this year is packed. FNCS Major 2, the Last Chance, the FNCS Solos, Global Championship, the pro-am, Jynxi's tournament, and these are regional pro-ams, and all they've announced is the NA one as well. So again, with Jynxi getting involved, this can bring things to a whole new level. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are as well. On to the competitive side of things though, NA Central was an absolute movie. I don't know what happened this year, 2026, and this region. These games have been coming down to the last and final game of the majority of the tournaments this season. And again, this one was no different. We had Cold and Rapid basically going toe-to-toe with Peterbot and Pollo for the top of the leaderboard. Peterbot, as usual, have a little bit of a lead, not only going into the last game, but going into the end game as well. And honestly, I don't think words can describe it. Let's just watch. Peterbot and Pollo, 349 points. They're beginning to run away with this game. Only team that could quite catch up is Cold and Rapid, and that is only a possibility if they go down early. They both have a full loadout, and they're going for high ground. Peterbot taking down Queasy. This is a big loss, but no, 62 HP. Scare is looking to fight back right now, so Peterbot going higher and higher with Pollo. No, he goes down. Peterbot's going to fall. Pollo is still up. 363 points. Top 10 situation. Half of the placement points already. This is a crucial situation. Cold and Rapid are still alive. Scare ends up into the box, and Pollo goes down. Scare has just ended a run and given hope to Cold and Rapid. If you guys are fans of Cold and Rapid right now, this is the one and only opportunity. But they need about 40 points to catch up. They need eliminations. They need a game win right here. This one could truly be legendary if they can pull it off in front of them. Higgs, he's gonna go down. That's another elimination for Cold and Rapid, their 3rd one of this game, and Rapid's going deep into the zone, not only getting the little bit of material, but the extra chug jugs. It might not look a lot, but it could be the difference maker. But Sales traps Rapid out, cuts him short. He's gonna fall. Cold now by himself has to play perfect, and it starts with that. A huge elimination onto Sales. 1v1 against Virgo. The pre-fire connects. Virgo's barely living on a prayer, but no, it gets stolen away. Havoc takes it away. Another opportunity stolen, but Angel goes down. 2v1 situation. 354. This is winnable. This is winnable. He gets the first down on the Ruins. Big shot on the Havoc. Cold clutches up. Oh my God. He takes and wins the game. 371 points. So Cold plays that one perfect to 2v1 to win the entire Divisional Cup. You had Shadow and Virgo 329th points, so they're going to be in third place, another global qualified team, and this is a team that I feel like that has been proving themselves week in and week out. Agers and Ritual finally show up on the leaderboard and at the top as well in fourth place. I hope this is an end to the little bit of slump that seemed they were in since the Summit LAN. I do not want to see them split up, but honestly, poor performances, I do see that being a possibility before the next major if it continues to happen. But fourth place, maybe the curse is over. In fifth place, though, we got Josh and Yamzo that continue to show up again week in and week out. They take the Wonky Land drop spot, and so far, it has been working out for them. We haven't seen them yet to place first on the leaderboard, but remember, for the global championship spots in Major 2, you don't need to win it all. You just need to place at the top of the leaderboard, especially since there are a few roll down spots as well. G-Money and O-Sid, since this team has formed, they've actually been placing consistently in the top 10 in a lot of the tournaments and even making a threat for those eval finals. Acorn and Bolts with a global championship spot locked are going to place 7th place on the leaderboard, 224 points. I'm not sure with the nerf to the beds giving gold is hurting them or just maybe the overall zones in a particular tournament. I'm not too worried for Acorn and Bolts though, but Booga and Braids, another top 10 for them, 8th place on the leaderboard this time around. I'm not sure if Booga got his groove back, but so far it is looking at it. They land over towards Golden Grove. Whether they're contested or not, they seem to be a very consistent duo to the mix. Higgs and Curve, another one of our new teams, 9th place on the leaderboard. They did contest Agers and Ritual. Both of them basically making it into the top 10. I don't think either one of them are going to kind of leave their drop spots, but I do think if both of these teams continue to perform bad in tournaments, that maybe we could see a roster shuffle between the 4 of these players. Maybe somebody else will get in the mix, but so far, I don't think it's going to come to that. I think both of these teams have a lot of time to continue to improve what hasn't been working so far. In 10th place on the leaderboard, Curly and Rise. I'm glad to see Rise continue to show that he's still got it, along with Curly that I think has yet to really prove himself. I know that he had qualified for the global championship. They had unfortunate circumstances with the tech on some of the PCs for REIT during that tournament, so I don't think they got to show what they're really capable of, and him particularly as an individual, and I'm glad to see that him and Rise are sticking it out and placing top 10 on the leaderboard. You had Scare and Queasy. We saw Scare was the one that took down Peterbot and Poyo. After Peterbot took down Queasy, they still land in 11th place. You could imagine what could have happened if they got the high ground in that one. King and Craze are going to be in 13th place on the leaderboard, with Visual Mud's going to be in 15th place on the leaderboard. Clicks and Veno, a little bit of a poor showing. They make it to the finals. You're expecting great things, and then they end up in 20th place with 138 points. There could be something here with conditioning the teams around them because they still got a lot to go. Veno just coming back, still getting into the swing of things. I know you guys saw a lot of stuff that went down on social media. I'm not going to touch that one, or at least not just yet. I still think they're a team that is a threat to the top of the leaderboard, particularly a global championship spot. Kanata and Sphinx contesting Shadow and Virgo. They're going to land in 22nd place. Still an interesting decision with Shadow and Virgo global qualified. Kanata and Sphinx have yet to get their spot. And honestly, let me know if there's any big surprises I didn't mention, good or bad, on the leaderboard. Let me know in the comments below. On to NA West, where things continue to be exciting. You might not be familiar with some of these names, but I promise if you guys watch it, you will be impressed. And if you guys do, leave me in comments below what your guys' thoughts were. But Phoenix and Retro, a team that I'm personally impressed with on NA West, 351 points, a victory royale. They've also qualified for a few eval finals on Central, getting good practice against some of the best teams in NA in general, which is very important. They get first place, but it wasn't without a team on their heels. Source in School, 324 points. They had 2 victory royales, and in the final game of the day, they went down in 30th place with 1 elimination. So you gotta wonder, if they would have at least got a top 10 in this game, they could have potentially gotten first overall in the tournament. So you gotta watch out, Phoenix and Retro. I know I'm calling you one of the best right now, but the region is filled with underdogs willing to take that crown. In third place, though, we had Raygun and Blood Gangsta, aka BG, 370 points. They also pulled out a victory royale. Again, I think this region, though, because they had a 7th and 8th and 8th and a 1st, but they also had a 44th and a 16th. It's a little bit of inconsistency where 1 to 2 games you perform bad, you kind of lose that overall shot at getting first place. But Ratgun, aka Raygun, is somebody that's been consistent over the past couple months, even dating back to where before the global championship, or I should say after, when duos became a thing. He is going to be hunting for that win in FNCS, or maybe that global championship spot. You got Salco and Z-Link though, 304 points. We all know how individually skilled these guys are. It's just being consistent and making it work as a duo, where they tend to find a couple of troubles. They have a 9th, 13th, 5th, 6th, and a 10th, a 33rd place. So overall impressive. It's just breaking into that top 5s consistently with the 4th, 3rd, and that 2nd and 1st place, where they're missing, because if they were able to convert some of those games, again, they could have threatened for that 1st place. You got Gino and Evolved, Timco and Larcos in 6th. Again, Timco and Larcos, you consistently see them in the top 10. I can potentially see them threaten for a global championship spot when FNCS continues to roll around. We have some Slixies and OC at 211. Arc and B-Dog playing this time around. We know Arc is playing with Lacey, but Lacey was in the Bahamas, so Arc played with B-Dog this time around. Someone who did qualify for the Summit Land, just was unable to go, as B-Dog and Minute, so the skill is there. They placed 8th. In 9th, the familiar name of Epic Well and Pump, 206 points. I think the biggest thing this team kind of lacks versus some of the other teams we see is just pure eliminations, or being able to flip that switch and pick up eliminations when it truly matters. But I do think they have all the experience in the world to be a threat in a finals lobby. Mukatov and Topping at 184, and then a familiar name of Baka and Pars in 11th place. Very, very slow start to the year for Baka and Pars, but they are finally bringing it back together, which leaves me one question I want you guys to answer in the comments below. Is it too late? Because NA West have had more and more names pop up with consistency. Phoenix and Retro, EWC, qualified, have yet to go ahead and make it into the FNCS Global Championship. This could be their tournament major too. So Baka and Pars got a lot of catching up to do. Again, let me know in the comments below, is there any teams that surprised you, or maybe any disappointed you when it comes to NA West? On to the Reload Elite Series, where we got our 80 teams locked in for the heat stages. We'll be split into 4 heats, and then from there, we'll get our 20 teams locked in for finals. When it comes to notable teams, though, that did not make it in, Aoxy, Jojo Fishy, Shadow, and Virgo. Not too worried about them, though, because they already have their EWC spot secured, but there'll be less teams in the finals to roll down those spots and potentially steal away points if you do need it. We did see it come down to the last game in the last qualifier as well, where Aoxy and Jojo Fishy actually did end up getting their spots. Other teams, though, that did not make it in: Cam and Causers, Donnie and Rezi, Aviv and Skittles, Noah and Vibes. We got Ocus and Pilot that did try. They didn't make it in. So honestly, this one is going to be a heater. And when it comes down to the actual heats, nothing is official until Fortnite puts it out. But we can go ahead and make some predictions based on what we think the heats will be. Fortnite Comp Report went out and tweeted the notable teams that aren't in each heat. In Heat 1, you have Acorn Bolts, Higgs and Curve, Josh Yamzo, Javi and Aminish, Threats and Visuals, Golden and Ozone, and Jason Chance. Again, these are unofficial. They could change when Fortnite puts out the actual heats. But in Heat 2, you have Cold and Rapid, Scare and Queasy, Angels and Ritual, Victor V and Kanata, Rise and Curly, G Money O Sid, Slepsy and Wagers. And again, when it comes to the format, only the top 5 teams will qualify for finals. And already in each of these heats, you see there's more than 5 top teams. In Heat 3, Clicks and Veno, Mud Sphinx, King and Craze, Jargon Carillion, 20 and Chip, Noxy Mason, Evan and Carbone. With Heat 4 having Peterbot and Poyo, Boog and Braids, Liam and Zen, Zolzier, Tyler, Oliver OG and Teeks, Paper and Eulogy. Remember, Paper is not playing with Victor V for this because Victor V and Kanata already have their spot secured. And then Enough and Salt. Again, things are subject to change, but let me know when it comes to Central of the heats below, which is the most stacked, which is the most unstacked, and who do you guys think is going to qualify to finals? When it comes to the NA West side of the Reload Elite Series, it is going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure exactly which heat's going to be the hardest, but a familiar name from Central to NA West trying to take the Kanata and Victor V style road. Reeton Cooper made it into Heat 1, but it's not going to be without challenges. They have Epic Well and Pump, Enact and Salco, who already have their spots secured in EWC when it comes to NA West, Slixies and OC, and many more when it comes to Heat 1 of NA West. In Heat 2, we have Phoenix and Retro. Astro, quite possibly the best NA West team in the game right now. I say possibly because everybody can make an argument for a couple of others. They already have their EWSP spot secured as well. Xpon and Doxy, Freeze and Zyro, Barterista and Zare, Hilly's team, Purple's team, Fly team. This one could be the most stacked. Let me know in the comments below. We also have Heat 3 with Creep and Dante, Skull and Z-Link, Source and Combic, Ratgun and Blood Gangsta, Quaps and Ysera, and Evo and Fuzz. Those last three teams all contesting each other on the south side of the map. Again, all of this is unofficial, but Heat 3 could be as stacked as Heat 2. But in Heat 4, notable teams, Arc and Minute, they're playing EWC together. The Arc and Lacey combination is only for FNCS. He said... Lacey himself said that Art can go ahead and play a last chance by himself with another teammate if they do not make it. So Arc is already maybe preparing to play with Minute. We saw Minute kind of qualify with B-Dog for the Summit LAN. Unfortunately, playing with a whole different teammate, not being comfortable with your drop spot. So I'm interested to see how they perform. Also in that group, though, Baka and Pars, Timko and Larkos, KJ and Ash, who was one spot away from the Summit LAN, and then Monk and Evolved again. So many other underdog teams that might not be as notable. So I don't think any of these heats are truly going to be easy. I think Heat 2 and 3 are going to be the hardest, though. I think Heat 1 is going to be the easiest to predict. But let me know in the comments below when it comes to the Reload Elite Series, NA West, who do you guys have pulling through to finals? Sum up the entire video, though, Fortnite is in a great spot. Jynxi is loving it from competitive to Fortnite OG. So much he has his own tournament. We talked about that already. The Pro-Am more and more is coming out. Regional based, a couple of leagues. That one's amazing. The divisional finals on both regions are a movie. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of both regions. And if you're going to give NA West a chance, Reload Elite Series Heat's locked in. Let me know what you guys think of that. There's just so much to love when it comes to Fortnite competitive. As you can see, the passion from me is out of this world. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the entire video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Beep, beep.